Hi everybody, welcome to our 9th and final mission with By Stealth and Sea. Unfortunately, because our 8th mission was such a calamity, we got 1 victory point, we lost all our crews again, we've now got no chance to beat history. The best we could do is if we had an epic mission, we could get a draw. And so somehow that feels a little bit anticlimactic, so I thought I might do something a little bit different for our last mission. Additionally, after over the course of 8 missions, seeing our crews get depth charged and blasted by mortars and captured and killed in various ways, although I might appear to be a very placid and calm person, there might be just a tiny bit of pent-up rage and anger and frustration towards the British Navy. I was thinking it might be nice to get a little bit of revenge. Also, I kind of burned through all of our volunteers except for like a couple people. So I asked a friend if they would volunteer to be the commando for our last mission. Now you might be wondering, who is this person that I'm talking about? Let me give you a teeny hint. Let's get this party started. So here is our guest commando for the day. Now this is Tomonagi. He's 90 meters tall, and he comes to us from a game called Monsters Menace America, which I found in our basement. I remember playing this with our kids when they were younger. So Tomonagi is going to be our commando for the day. He's going to do this solo, and he's actually, well, he's 90 meters tall, right? So he doesn't even fit on an SLC. So he's like, I'm not even going to use an SLC. He's just going to walk across the harbor. So let's take a look at Gibraltar Harbor. So here's Gibraltar Harbor on the 4th of August, 1943, the scene of our 9th and final mission. We have some interesting targets, 2 aircraft carriers, the Illustrious in the northeast corner, the Formidable in the far end of the harbor. A couple of cruisers, the Scylla and the Charybdis sits here in the middle of the harbor. And in additionally, ahistorically, we are adding 3 battleships to the British defenses. Queen Elizabeth, King George, and the Malaya are here. Against them is our sole commando for the day. Starting in this corner is Tomonagi. So we have to make some rules modifications to make this work, obviously, and I'll explain those as we go along. The very first one is that normally a scenario ends after 6 hours and 12 turns. However, this scenario ends when Tomonagi says it ends. So let's get started. The very first thing we have to do in the sequence of play is to do a check for faults, but I'm not going to tell Tomonagi he's got a fault. I mean, he's like 90 meters tall, right? So as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't have any faults. So let's dig right into our action phase. Now, for Tomonagi, he's got 4 actions per turn. He can either move with one of those actions, or he can perform an attack. And he's out of range right now. I'll explain the attacks as we go on a little bit. So instead, he's going to have to move forward here. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to go straight up the harbor here and start to close in on the defense forces that are up here and we can see. So now it's the detection phase. He is 90 meters tall. So in order for the British forces to detect him, he's kind of noisy too. So this isn't really kind of like by stealth and sea anymore. This is actually more like by sea, I guess, was probably a better name for it. But in order for the British forces to detect Tomonagi, they have to pick a card. And so let's do that now. They picked a card, and so it doesn't matter what the number is, they automatically detected him. So we're going to put a detection token on Tomonagi, and a patrol boat shows up right in front of him. Aha! So let's deal with that. And now Tomonagi is going to have to deal with this patrol boat. That brings us actually close to the end of the first turn. However, the defense forces, the British defense forces, have an attack capability in this. So instead of just the patrol craft attacking, we're also going to have attacks by the defense forces. So to keep things simple, we're going to use the victory points of the defensive craft to represent their hit points, how many hit points it's going to take Tomonagi to destroy them, and their range as well. Aha. So the destroyers here have a range of 3. And we're going to make everything hit. It's nighttime, and so it's hard. This is World War II. It's hard for them to hit things that are that big at night and see them. So we're going to give them a 1 to 3 on one die roll to hit Tomonagi, and then the various ones, everything's going to have 1 die roll worth of damage except for the battleships. They have a 50% chance to hit, and if they hit Tomonagi, they do 2 dice worth of damage. Tomonagi has 100 hit points, so this is actually could be a fairly close battle. It's not a decided thing that Tomonagi is going to win. So let's get started here first, and we'll do just kind of a couple of sample attacks, and then I'm going to calculate the rest to keep things moving along. So the Illustrious has a value of 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Illustrious in the attack phase can hit. They're going to roll 1 die. The white die is the hit die. The black die is the damage if the white die hits. So they need a 1 to 3 to hit. They get a 3 and a 6. Ooh, Tomonagi not off to a good start. He's down to 94 hit points. Devastating first attack for the Illustrious. Now let's do the Queen Elizabeth, which has a range of 10, so they can hit 2. The white die is to hit, the black die is for damage. They get a 3 and an 11. What the heck? Tomonagi down to 85 hit points, and we're only halfway through the first turn. This isn't good. Oh my goodness. This game is going to, even with the monster, I can't win this game. Goodness gracious. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of the ones here. The destroyers are out of range. They only have a range of 3. The Indomitable up here, the Formidable up here is actually out of range as well, as are the cruisers. But the King George and the Malaya, 3, 5, 8, can still hit. So I'm going to roll for those 2 battleships. I'm going to put the damage on Tomonagi then. So then we'll be back right after that. Fortunately for us, both the King George V and the Malaya didn't hit Tomonagi. So we end up with the 15 hit points of damage, which actually isn't a really good start. That brings us to the end of the 12:30 turn. Let's go to the 1 a.m. turn. Now we come to Tomonagi's action phase. He has 2 different types of attacks. He has a smash attack, which hits on a 1 to 5 and does 2 dice rolls worth of damage. So he's going to use that on the patrol craft. So here is it again, rolling the white die as a hit. He needs a 1 to 5. He gets a 1, he gets 8 points of damage. The patrol craft only has 1 point of strength hit points, so that patrol craft is wiped out. Now that's one of his 3 phases. He's got one other attack that I'll explain in a moment here, because he's going to take his second action and move forward here. Now he's in a range of 4 to these other ships, and he can use his second attack, which is a Frost Breath attack. Frost Breath attack has a range of 4. It does 1 die roll worth of damage, but also, additionally, it freezes the enemy. They can't do anything in the next turn for a whole turn. So he's going to move his second action point forward. Now he's going to use Frost Breath on the Queen Elizabeth. Needs a 1 to 5 to hit. He gets a 1, which hits. He does 3 points worth of damage. We're going to use the skill tokens and put that on the Queen Elizabeth, and he's frozen the Queen Elizabeth. Even better. Now he can do that same Frost Breath attack. Let's try that on the Opportune with his last attack. Hopefully he can destroy that. He needs a 1 to 5 to hit. He gets a 4, and he does 4 points worth of damage on the 3-point destroyer. Tomonagi has taken his first ship out of action. All right, let's go to the enemy detection phase. They need to pick a card to detect him. They picked a card, they detected him, and here comes the second patrol boat out of the harbor here. Interesting. Okay, now we're going to do the enemy firing phase here. Let's see how Tomonagi fares in this action phase. Let's do a couple here to start out. The Illustrious again is going to fire. They have a range of 7. They get 1 shot, a 1 to 3 to hit, and they get 1 die roll worth of damage. They hit for 2 points. Tomonagi is down to 83 hit points. This is not going quite as well as I anticipated. I'm going to do the other British ships now. Now this one here, the Queen Elizabeth can't attack because it's been frozen. Let's go now to the cruiser here, the Scylla. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can hit. So let's do a couple more on camera here. They fire, they get a 1, and they do 5 hit points worth of damage. Tomonagi down to 78 hit points. This is, we might actually lose as a 90-foot monster, 90-meter monster. The Formidable, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's also in range. That fires. 2 and a 5. What the heck? The British Navy here is dialed in. Tomonagi in serious trouble here. The only thing else that can hit now are the 2 battleships. So we'll have them go. I'm going to do this all on camera because this is going so fast. First, the King George fires. They get a 2 and a 5. He's down to 68 hit points. Goodness gracious. Now we go to the Malaya. Get a 1 and a 7. They can't miss. The only ones I've hit are the only ones that missed are the ones off camera. So he's down to what, 68 minus 7? Got 61 hit points? Are you serious? This is crazy. Can this one fire? No, it's out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God, Tomonagi's in trouble. He's almost half dead already, and we're only to the 1:30 a.m. turn. Okay, that's everything that can fire there. Let's go to the 1:30 a.m. turn, and now it's Tomonagi's turn. First of all, he's going to try to frost ray this patrol boat and get rid of them. He needs a 1 to 5 to hit. He does. He destroys the patrol boat, so he's wiped that out. Those are more annoying than anything else. Now comes the question of what to do here. Okay, I think I know what we're going to do. Oh, the battleship here is unfrozen, so we're going to move that away. Let's move one forward, I think, is the right move. So Tomonagi's going to move 1 forward, and then he can frost ray this Illustrious and the Scylla here too. So let's have him try to frost ray the Queen Elizabeth again. He needs a 1 to 5 to hit. Oh, he gets a 6, he misses. He's going to do that one again then. He gets a 1 and he hits it for 4 points. All right, so that's 4 more points of damage on the Malaya here. I'll get these hit points up to. They've got 7 hit points. I'm sorry, on the Queen Elizabeth. He's almost sunk that, and he's frozen it again. He's going to use his last attack then on the Illustrious here to see if he can freeze that one. 1 to 5 to freeze it. Gets a 5. Only does 1 hit point worth of damage, but still, that's a good start there. So he's frozen that. Let's get, I don't have a 1-point marker. I'll just have to remember that. So Illustrious is frozen. All right, now we come to the detection phase again. Let's pick a card. Detected, we picked a card. The 3rd patrol boat comes flying out of the harbor here. He is detected. Now we're gonna get the enemy firing phase. The Scylla is gonna fire here. They need 1 shot. They need a 1 to 3 to hit. Let's get some misses here. A 6, they miss. Okay. Next up comes the Formidable. They can fire. Let's get a miss. They miss. All right, now he's got a chance. Big one here is the King George, though. These battleships are murderous. Got to make a miss on this one. Oh, a 1 for 7 hit points. That gets him down to 54. Next up is the Malaya. They fire. They hit for 7 more hit points. Gosh, 47 hit points. He's over half dead. We've not even taken out 1 battleship yet. Who designed this scenario? Nothing else can fire yet. Goodness gracious. Okay, that's the end of that. We go to the 2 a.m. turn. Again, Tomonagi has no faults, although he is getting beat up pretty badly here. He's going to start by doing a frost attack on the patrol craft. He needs a 1 to 5 to hit. He gets a 5. He does 1 hit point worth of damage. That's enough to take out patrol boat number 3. These craft are now unfrozen, and we remembered the Illustrious has 1 hit. He's going to stay where he is, actually. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it doesn't matter what's going to be in range or not. So he's going to stay where he is, and he's going to use 3 breath attacks on the Illustrious, the Scylla, and then the Queen Elizabeth. So first one is going to be on the Illustrious. So range of 1 to 4, he needs a 1 to 5 to hit. He gets a 1, he hits for 3 points. That puts 4 points worth of damage now, because he had 1 before, on the Illustrious, and he has frozen it. Nice work, Tomonagi. Let's go after the battleship here, the Queen Elizabeth. Now this has 7 hit points worth of damage, so we need to do 3 more points of damage to wipe it out. Gets a 4 and only a 2. He almost sank it, but still, it's been frozen again. They're having a bad day there. Now let's go to the Scylla here. He needs a 1 to 3 to hit it, 1 to 5 to hit it. He gets a 4, and he does 4 hit points worth of damage. Most excellent. Most importantly, as well, he freezes that one, so he almost sunk it. He's 1 point away from sinking both of those. That would have been nice, because that would have helped him move forward here. Let's get another frozen marker on it. All right, so the British forces here get to respond. The Formidable now is going to fire. They get a 1 to 3 chance to hit with 1 die roll worth of damage. They get a 5 on the white die, so they miss. Next up is the King George firing. Hopefully they can miss. We need these battleships to miss. They get a 6. They do. Excellent. And lastly is the Malaya gets a chance to fire. They get a 4, so they miss on what would have been an 11-point hit. So Tomonagi gets lucky in this round. He takes no damage. Let's go to the 2:30 a.m. turn, and we need to start off with Tomonagi's action phase. All right, so these ships are unfrozen now. I think we know what he's going to do, right? I mean, the best move is just to use his frost breath and try to fry all these ships. So Tomonagi's going to try first. Let's actually make sure we can put down the Queen Elizabeth here. He's going to use his frost breath on the Queen Elizabeth. He gets a 2, whoops, and he does 3 points worth of damage. That's enough to sink the Queen Elizabeth, giving us 10 huge victory points. Excellent. Let's now aim for the Illustrious, which has 4 hit points worth of damage. If he can hit and do 4 or more hit points worth of damage, he would sink it. 3 or more, he would damage. He gets a 4 or 6 hit points. There goes the aircraft carrier Illustrious down to the bottom of the harbor. Now he's going to do his frost breath on the Sheila here. Needs the same kind of thing, a 1 to 5 to hit. He hits for 4 damage points, and that finishes that one off. Now he's still got 1 action point left, and he can fire breathe on the Obedient here, which is 4 hexes away. So he could take this one down. This could be a massive turn for Tomonagi. Hits with the 5, and he does 3 points worth of damage. He's done it. He's sunk 4 ships in 1 turn. Good work, Tomonagi. Now we go to the enemy detection phase. We're going to pick a card. Oh, look at that. He's detected. Here comes the 4th patrol boat out in front. These patrol boats really don't do very much, do they? But now it's the defender's chance to attack here. Let's see what happens. The Formidable is within range. They do 1 die roll of damage on a 1 to 3. Ah, they get a 4, so they miss. I feel like the defenders now are getting nervous. They're like seeing what's happened to all these other ships, and they're like, whoa, we got to get out of here, but we're trapped in a harbor now. King George is firing. They get a 1, and they do 6 points worth of damage. That brings, whoa, this is not good. Tomonagi down to a 41 now. He might get knocked out, actually. Now, this is out of range. The last one that can fire is the Malaya. They get a 3 for 9 hit points worth of damage. He's down to 32 hit points. Tomonagi taking a beating here. What are we going to do? We got to close in on this destroyer, though. That's for sure. We really got to close the range here. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do. I think the best thing we can do right now is to try to frost breath and destroy. Let's just smash this one here. 1 to 5 for 2 dice rolls worth of damage. Hits on a 3, does 4 damage. That finishes off this patrol craft. Patrol craft number 4 is done. Now, if he goes, okay, do we want, I'm going to think for a second here. Yeah, I think this is the move. He's going to go forward 2, which is going to put him in range of the Charbitus now, but he's going to be able to, if it's 1 action point left, to try to frost breath the King George here, which is a big one here. So he needs a 1 to 5 to hit. Oh, he gets a 6. That's bad. Hopefully the King George will miss. Now we go to the 3 a.m. turn here. Oh, we're still in the 2:30 a.m. turn. We get to do the detection. I wonder what's going to happen. Could we pick a card? Yeah. Okay, so here comes the patrol craft right in front of him here. Now, by the way, he doesn't have to worry about the moles and the walls. He can just climb over them. Tomonagi can go wherever he wants, kind of thing. So patrol craft number 5 is in front of him, but now comes the defender's firing phase. All right, let's see what we get here. The Formidable has to hit on a 1 to 3 on the white die. They get a 4 and they miss. The King George, this is a big one. We really need these battleships to miss. They hit on a 3 for 9 points worth of damage. He's down to 23 hit points. Tomonagi could lose here. The Charbitus is going to fire. They get the shot off. They get a 6 and they miss. Next comes the Malaya. They get a 3 for 9 hit points. God, he's down to 14 hit points. Tomonagi's not going to make it. He's going to die. Oh, we're going to kill the monster. Okay, now we go to the 3 a.m. turn. Oh, this is not good. Okay, no, it's not. Maybe we're okay. Maybe we're okay here. Okay, first up, He's 4 hexes away. He's going to try to do Frost Breath on the King George. He's got to take the King George out of action here. So he's going to fire with that. He gets a 5, and he does 5 hit points worth of damage. That's huge, because now the King George can't fire back right there, and it's frozen too. So that's good with 5 hit points. He's going to do the same thing on the Formidable. Frost Breath on the Formidable here. Hopefully he doesn't miss. He gets a 3. He only does 1 hit point worth of damage. We don't have a 1 hit point marker, so we'll just freeze it. But more importantly, it's frozen. Likewise, he's going to do the same thing on the Sharbatus here. Let's see if he can put this one out of action. Gets a 5, 4 hit points of damage. He almost sank it with 1 hit, but he didn't. So the Sharbatus is down to 1 hit point, but more importantly, that's frozen too. He's going to take his last action point and try to wipe out this patrol craft here. So, oh, he misses the patrol craft. That's not good. All right, so now the enemy phase here, they just showed up this turn, so they don't attack this turn. That's actually pretty helpful there too. So, oh no, so yeah, this is a different turn, right? So they are active, so that misses. So now the enemy can fire, patrol craft can fire. It's just a 1 die, for 1 die roll with the damage. They miss with the 5. Most importantly though, Tomanagi only has 14 hit points left. The battleship Malaya here can't hit him. Really need a miss. Oops, I rolled 2 white dice. That doesn't count, so I'm going to roll again there. 2 black dice, silly. Come on, get it right. Here comes the Malaya. They fire across the night. They get a 4. They miss. Excellent. Tomanagi's still alive here. Okay, let's go to the 3:30 a.m. turn. Now, what's Tomanagi going to do? First up, oh, wait. Okay, I got to think for a second. I think I made a slight mistake. Right, I think what I did was I missed the detection phase on that last turn. So another patrol craft should show up here, and now it's activated, and now Tomanagi's going to get a chance to attack here. So this is kind of big. Everybody's unfrozen. Formidable has 1 hit point of damage. These other ships are good. So we got to kind of do the same type of thing here and hope that the battleship Malaya doesn't hit us. So first up, let's fire at the King George with the Frost Ray. Let's go, Tomanagi, get him. 1 hits, and he does 4 points worth of damage. Not enough to sink it, but bringing it perilously close to the bottom of the ocean. More importantly now, with all, has it got 4? Oh, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 9 hit points worth of damage. Oh, he's so close to sinking it. All right, so that's there. Now let's go after the Formidable, which we have to remember has 1 hit point worth of damage. Tomanagi fires. Oh, he misses. He's going to do it again. Gets a 5, 6 hit points worth of damage. It already had 1. The Formidable goes down. He only has 1 action point left though. He's going to try to finish off the Sharbatus over here. Only needs to hit it, and any kind of damage would put it away. He gets a 3, 4 hit points worth of damage. Another ship goes to the bottom of the harbor. Looking pretty decent here, but our enemy defenders have a couple of chances here to attack. So let's go to the enemy phase now. First of all, we have to do detection again, which means that we pick a card and, oh, look, they spotted the 90-foot monster. The last patrol craft comes up. This one won't attack in this turn. And now we go to the enemy attack phase. We have 2 patrol crafts in the Malaya that can hit them. They need to do 14 hit points worth of damage. Hoping for misses. Let's do our first patrol craft first. It gets a 4 and it misses. That's good. Second patrol craft. Gets a 4 and it misses. Excellent. Now, most importantly, the Malaya. We need a 4, 5, or 6 for them to miss. They get a 4. They miss again. Excellent. No damage to Tomanagi. And now the balance in this battle shifts considerably here. Okay, so that's the end of that turn. We go to the 4 a.m. turn. No faults. Now it's Tomanagi's turn. Now he has 3 patrol craft in front of him here. He really needs to kind of clean these up before he moves forward because they can still do quite a bit of damage. And then I'm thinking he can rush the Malaya and try to take it out. Because if he can get the freeze ray on the Malaya, oh, we got to finish off here this one too. So we're going to stay where we are, and we're going to start by, first of all, we want to try to sink the King George. This is big. So let's roll to see if we can sink it. Ideally, we need all 4 of these to hit. He fires first on the King George. He gets a 2, which hits. He only does 1 hit point worth of damage, but it only had 1 hit point left. The King George goes to the bottom of the harbor. Now he's going to fire on the 3 patrol craft. Fire 1, he hits with the 1, that's 1 gone. He misses with the second one, oh, that's big. And then he hits with the 3rd one. So he takes out 2 of these patrol craft. And so patrol craft 7 is the only one that's left. And now we come to the enemy phase. No more detection rounds to pick because there's no more patrol crafts. He's sunk the other 6. The patrol craft can fire and the Malaya can fire. Once again, we still need misses here on Tomonagi. The patrol craft fires. They get a 5, so they miss. Most importantly, we need the Malaya to miss. This is a big one. He's only got 14 hit points left. Tomonagi's badly wounded. A 6, they miss again. Yes, Tomonagi lives. Let's go. Tomonagi, let's go to the 4:30 a.m. turn. Tomonagi's turn. What's he gonna do? All right, I'm gonna think for a second here. Okay, I think we have a path to victory here for Tomonagi. The first thing he's gonna do, he's gonna use Frost Breath to try to take out this last patrol boat. He needs a less than a 1 to 5 to hit. Oh, he misses. That was a key miss. Okay, fire again. He gets a 2. He hits this time and he takes him out, but that throws a wrench in our plans. So he's got 2 action points left. Okay, I see what he's going to do. He's going to move forward 1, and with his last action point, he's going to try to take out the Obdurate here, this destroyer. He needs a 1 to 5 to hit. He gets a 2, more importantly, 5 hit points worth of damage. He blasts with his Frost Ray. The Obdurate is gone in 1 shot. Excellent. Now we go to the enemy defense reaction. The only thing that's left is the Malaya. They can fire. They need a 1 to 4 to hit, and they do 2 dice rolls worth of damage. They get a 4. They miss again. Oh, they are totally panicking here. Now that's the end of the enemy phase. We go to the 5 o'clock turn, no faults, and it's Tomonagi's turn. All right, so with only 14 hit points left, he's going to move ahead 1, 2, and now he's within range of 4 of the Malaya, and he can fire with Frost Spray. He needs to freeze it on a 1 to 5. He gets a 1, so he does 2 hit points worth of damage there. And he's actually going to repeat that. He's going to use the Frost Ray again. He gets a 1, he does 5 hit points worth of damage. That puts 7 big hit points on the Malaya. And most importantly, it's frozen. And the British harbor, which is quickly becoming empty here, can't really do anything to return fire. The destroyers are out of range. Cargo ships can't fire. And the Malaya is frozen. So that's the end of the British turn. Now we go back to the next turn, the 5:30 a.m. turn. Tomonagi is up. He's not going to mess around. He's using his Frost Ray again on the Malaya here. He needs a 1 to 5 to hit. He gets a 5 for 3 hit points worth of damage. I think in his first attack here, he's finished him off, right? So 5 and 7, that's 10 with 3 more. There goes the Malaya. Nice. So he's got 3 more action points to use. Let's have him go forward 1 here. That brings him in range of both the Savage and the Scorpion. Let's have him fire at those. So 1 to 3. He misses on the first one on the Savage. Let's fire again. He hits with the 4 and does 2 hit points worth of damage. Not enough to sink it. The British forces can't do anything. We go to the 6 a.m. turn. It's Tomonagi's turn once more. Can he clean up the harbor before dawn? We're going to leave him where he is. Makes no sense to move him. Frost Ray on the Savage. Sinks it. That's gone. Let's go now to the Scorpion. He gets a 6. He misses again. Come on, Tomonagi. Gets a 1 for 4 hit points worth of damage. And he has done it. He sunk the whole British fleet in the whole time span it takes for our SLCs before dawn. That was good. It's only 6 a.m. We only used 12 turns. Now, later, we're going to have Tomonagi come over here and clean up these cargo ships for a snack. But that was pretty epic by Tomonagi. I thought we were going to lose it when we had 14 hit points left early on. but Tomonagi turned the tide and came out victorious. All right, so here's a visual representation of the carnage that Tomonagi inflicted on the British Navy in this night of August 4th, 1943 as our guest commando. He sank 3 battleships, 2 aircraft carriers, 2 cruisers, 5 destroyers, a handful of cargo ships, and then 7 patrol boats for a total of 85 victory points. Congratulations to Tomonagi, although I have to say, if the HMS Malaya hadn't had a run of misses at the end, it could have been a whole different story. I thought for sure Tomonagi was going to die there. It would have taken just a little bit of a twist of fate there, and we would have lost our guest commando. But thank you to Tomonagi for appearing as a guest in our 9th and final mission in this campaign. And thank you to everybody who has watched this campaign throughout its length for its 8 serious missions and then its final not so serious finale. And I can say with the amount of victory points we would have needed to get to a draw in that final scenario, it was looking pretty certain that we were going to end up with a minor loss. So, but I feel like I learned a lot. I think I want to play again off camera. I think I can do better in a second campaign. I've learned quite a few things, and in the beginning especially too, the first 2 or 3 missions we didn't use the breathing gear tokens right, which I think actually could have impacted the start and got us a little bit behind a little bit there. So I think had I used those rules right in the beginning, it might have made it a little bit easier for us as we went forward. Had a tremendously fun time doing this. I'll be back in a few days or a week or so with a full review of the game, but thank you again so much for watching. In the meantime, if you're looking for something to watch, I might point you towards our series with the Hunters, our World War II U-boat campaign that was a lot of fun as well. Thanks again for watching.